Hello beautiful people, welcome back once again to my channel. I'm so excited to have you back. If it's your first time of seeing my face, my name is Janet, and here on this channel I share with you different relocation opportunities, be it through the study or the work route. So on a daily basis I come here and share this information with you, these opportunities with you. It's now left for you to decide on which pathway you want to use to relocate to the country of your choice. All right, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do well to subscribe, and as you do so, may God bless you. Thank you also for sharing my videos. I appreciate every one of you. May God bless you abundantly. So today I'm here to just take you through how you can evaluate your IS qualification. All right, we are looking forward to working abroad or even studying, and it requires you to evaluate your results. I'm going to show you how you can do that, and that's through the World Education Services. All right, so I'll share my screen with you. We'll do a sample of how you can do this. All right, I will take you through the step by step, and then yes, you can as well go into the description box to this video, click on the link to take you to the wes.org site, and then you can kickstart your process to evaluate your results. Right, so know that WES is recognized, World Education Services is recognized worldwide, be it US, Canada, New Zealand, they are recognized, so you can always use them to evaluate your educational qualifications. All right, so not to waste time, I will share my screen with you, and then we'll kickstart this video. Thank you. Yes, as you can see my screen up now, that's the website for the World Education Services. This is how the website looks like. All right, as you can see to your left, it says get an evaluation. It's in green. Here it says get an evaluation. So once you get here, just click on the link in the description box. It will take you here, and then just click here, get an evaluation. Then it comes to this particular page where you can create your account. It says my account. I want to believe that my screen is still very much up and you are following. All right, so you can read some of the required documents and the processing times. Just read through it so you are aware about what it requires of you, as well as the processing time. But let me just brief you quickly about the required documents. All right, so what you need is the highest qualification you have. If it's your BSc or your master's or your PhD, whichever one you want to use to work, that's the only one you will submit to be evaluated. All right, you don't need to start from your primary school or secondary school, stuff like, unless you only have your SSC. All right, but if you have a higher qualification, please evaluate that particular one. All right, so and note that you can only upload your certificate. You cannot upload your transcript on this site. It is your university that will upload or send transcript to WES. Take note of that. You can't do it yourself. You can only upload your certificate, not your transcript. Your documents will not be evaluated if you upload your transcripts yourself. Take note of that. So it's important that you communicate with your university as soon as possible once you finish creating your account, because they will need your WES reference number before they can send your transcript to WES. So once you create your account, and it's active, then you contact your university, give them your WES reference number so they can attach it to your transcript when sending to WES. All right, so as you can see here, you have different countries. Where will you use your evaluation? If you are going to the US, you click here. If you are going to Canada, you click here. If it's New Zealand, you click here. I want to believe that you are following. My screen is very much up. All right, so Once you are ready, let's say for example we want to do US, it could be Canada, it could be New Zealand, depending on your country. I'm just using this as an example. So let's say we want to use this evaluation in the US. So once you click on US, it will bring you here where you have to provide your email address. All right, so once that is done, let me just try and provide an email address because I want this to be very practical. I want it to be very practical. So I'll put an email address. Then I'll say next. Right? So it's asking that I should check my email. There'll be a 6-digit verification code that would have been sent to my email. All right. So I'm just going to check now and I'm going to input it. So just give me a moment. I'm checking for the code so I can put it in. Yes, I have it now. So I'm just going to put it right in. Then you say submit code. Once you put in the code, you say submit. All right. If you can't find the code, from the previous slide, sorry, I forgot to show you that at the bottom, you can always click on resend code just in case you didn't receive the code. All right, you can click on resend code to resend it again to your email if you did not receive it the first time. So it says now that my email address has been successfully verified. Thank you. Then you just click on continue. All right, so here it will now bring you to where you can create your account. Can you see that? So WES requires a separate account for each individual applying for credential evaluation. All right, so here you put in your name, your first name. Let me just be sure. Okay. All right, so you put in your first name, which is, let me just put in Janet. Sorry. Janet. All right, I'll leave out my middle name. If you will see from the site, if you see a star, a red star, look, can you see where my cursor is? If you see a red star, it means that section or that question is is required. You must answer it. You can't just skip it. That's what it means. You must you must write something there. All right, so it's asking for my family name. I'll just put something, and then if you don't have a family name, I don't think anybody doesn't have a last name. That's your surname. Your last name is your surname. I don't think anybody will be in that category. Just make sure you put, this is compulsory. Then your date of birth, please make sure you put something. So I'll put a date of birth as well. I'll put a date of birth. Okay. So moving on, do you have a WES reference number? No, you don't have a WES reference number yet. You are just creating your account. So you say no. All right. So your email address will be here automatically. And then it will need you to set your password. All right. You can always set your password. Okay. So the next one, oh, sorry. Now I understand. Please check here very well. It gives you a requirement. What you need to put, it must be an uppercase, a lowercase, a number, and a special character in your password. All right. Um, so you want me to confirm? All right. It has to be the same. Let's do that again. Maybe I forgot. Let's do it here. Now it should accept yes. So that's now the same. The two passwords are the same. Then it will ask you for a security question, which is compulsory. What's your mother's maiden name? What's your first pet name? Anyone? Let me just choose my favorite book. You know, you have to provide your answer. So I would say Pride and Prejudice. All right. So, you can choose any of your security question. So when you are done, you can decide to subscribe to the newsletter, or not. But for me, I'm not interested in subscribing to the newsletter. So I'll just leave that place blank and I will say create account. I hope you are following. All right. So once you create your account, it will bring you here. All right. If it is Canada, you are submitting, creating an application for or a profile for Canada will be here. If it's New Zealand, New Zealand will be here. Because we selected US, can you see US is here? All right. So moving on, can you see you're on the main page now where you still put in your let me close this. Okay, where you still put in your details. All right. So here it says indicate the required field. How did you hear about WES? You can put in anyone. For me, it's through the WES website. That's where I got to know about how to evaluate my results. Then my given name is already there. My last name is there. Date of birth is there. Gender, you have to select your gender. I'm a woman. Then the telephone number. All right, you can put in your it's compulsory. All right, it's compulsory. Right, and then you click on next. So once that is done, you put in your phone number and that is done. Then it's asking for your primary purpose of this evaluation. You have to select. All right, are you using it for education? Is it for your professional license or certification? Is it for employment? Is it for immigration? Is it others that is not listed there? So if you want to go and study now, maybe in Canada, in US, in New Zealand, blah blah blah, you click education. If it's for employment purposes, maybe your employer is asking you for your result or your academic or your qualification evaluation, you click for employment. For most people that are applying to Canada, immigration, especially people that are going through different pathways, especially the express entry and all, they will click on immigration. I hope that is clear. So let me repeat that. If you are going to study, you click here. See, these options are in all the countries, all right? Either you select Canada or New Zealand or US. You will still see all these options there on your page. All right, so it's either you select education if you are going to study in another country, or you select employment if your employer is asking you for your evaluated result or your qualification. Then if you are going because you are using it for immigration purposes, you want to relocate, maybe you don't have a job offer yet, you want to relocate, especially to I know about Canada, but I used this when I was doing mine. I used this immigration, this particular one for Canada. So if you are going, through the immigration route to Canada, you choose immigration here. It will take you there straight where you can continue with your application. If none of what you want to use it for is here, please click order and select the one that applies to you. So for US, maybe for the sake of this application, let's click education, maybe to go and study. But like I told you, choose the one that applies to you. Choose the one that applies to you. This is just like, giving an example. We are just testing. I'm just showing you a step by step on how to, go, evaluate your results. So this is just like an example. So what is the level of education you are pursuing? All right, I can say graduate admission. Then you click on next. All right, can you see now? We are now here where it says what credentials have you earned. All right, so this is where you will upload your certificate. Please note, read all these things. Each individual must complete a separate WES application. Credentials added for other individuals' spouse will not be included in your evaluation. WES does not evaluate occupational study, trade qualification, short-term professional. That will be full-time. Or they don't even evaluate work experiences. That's for your CV. They would only do for like a long time, full-time studies or work or relocation. I hope you understand. If part of your study for this credential was completed here in the US, please also indicate US study on a separate entry. All right, you can take your time to read through all of it. So we can add your credential. All right, once you are ready, add your credential. This is where it will, you can just indicate which country you got the credential from, the type of education, name of institution that you got the credential from. All right, name of certificate, if it's a diploma or a certificate that you got, indicate it there, your name. All right, then your family name, that's your surname, and then your year, that the year the award was given to you, when you graduated, you put it here, and how many years it took you, from which year to which year, you put it here and you save it. Because I did not, I didn't plan on submitting anything to the US, so I don't want to go ahead and continue with this application. But I've gotten to a stage where you should be able to continue now. All right, so once you submit everything that you need to submit, attaching your credential, it can be just one. If it's your SSC you want to evaluate, add it there. I've shown you this. I've shown you how you can add. This is it. You put it here. If it's your BSc, you put it in. If it's your master's, put it in. Your whatever you want to evaluate, just put it in, and then you save. Once you save, you now click on next. It will allow me go to next because I've not put in any credential here. Okay, so once you do that, you just continue. So at the end of this evaluation, it will now take you to a page where you have to pay. As at the time I paid this, I paid in rands, and it was about 5,000 plus rands. It's about 5,000 plus rands when I did mine. So depending on your country, it will convert, it will give you the price at the end of, when you want to submit, to give you the estimate of how much you are looking at. All right, and then you can convert it to your currency. So you have to pay before your account can be active. So be ready. Maybe before, maybe I don't know, I can maybe at some other time I can just find out exactly how much it is currently. But as at the time I did mine, it was, I paid in South African currency then, and yes, that is the amount I paid. So you can always confirm from online how much the WES evaluation is currently. So once you are done, you pay. You can pay with your credit card, your Visa card, your MasterCard online, and then you submit. That's when your app portal is now active. Your WES portal, your account will now be active. That's where you will have your WES reference number that you now send to your university to attach to your transcript before sending to WES. I hope that is clear. So it's important that you pay and ensure that your profile is active to get your WES reference number. Then send that reference number to your school, to your university, college, or any other one, and then ask them how they can help you to submit your transcript to WES. All right, they might in your college or university, they might require that you pay as well, because some will have to use DHL, some will have to use different means to transport your transcript to WES. So you have to also pay those fare, those, um those amounts they will tell you in your university or your college to pay for them to transport your West, your qualification to West. You have to pay some amount of money at your university as well. So be aware of that. All right. For some universities, they allow them to send your transcript via email to WES. Not all universities, just some universities are allowed to send student transcripts to WES via email. Please ask questions, or go on this particular site, this WES Education Services site, and check for the institutions that are allowed to send transcript via email, and see if your university is part of them. If it's not, then that means you have to go physically to your university, pay them to transport, to DHL your transcript to WES. All right, so that's all I want to share with you today. I hope you have gain something, because I have people asking me, how do I evaluate my results? That is why I have brought this to your notice. It's a step by step on how you can evaluate your results. So before we end this video, let me just briefly check how much this evaluation is now. So please just hold on just few seconds. All right. Okay. So from what I'm seeing here, it varies. All right, it varies, in my area, and it's because of the country. Different countries have different um fee for evaluation. From my screen here, I see it ranges between $100 to $200. All right, it ranges between $100 to $200. So it's at the point of submission of your profile on WES, to activate your portal or your profile. That's where you will get the exact amount you need to pay. All right, that's how I got to know too. When I wanted to submit mine, that's when I got to know how much I'm supposed to pay. So just start. All right, get to that stage where it will ask you to pay money before your profile can be submitted, and then you'll get to know how much you are to pay. All right, so but please plan between $100 to like $200. I'm not sure it's up to 200. All right, just have that in mind. All right, so that's all I came to share with you today. I'm sorry this video is long. I'm so sorry, but I hope that it has been helpful. So that's all I came to share with you. Thank you so much for staying till now. Please do well to subscribe and like my videos, and as you do so, may God bless you. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye.